basically, friends, the skills requirement for the mechanical sector. Let me come down those points and list them out so that you will know that from the 12th standard itself, or the very first year, second year, third year, you will start developing these skills. The very first one is excellent written and spoken English. So whatever is taught to you in the school, in the college, you have to go much beyond than that and learn English very, very, very excellently well. So you should be able to easily understand English movies, or you could easily write a lot of items. For example, on politics, you could be able to write many things on many subjects. So that knowledge of good English is very important. I'm not even telling you. Not only I am telling you about the written English, but speaking English as well. Because what happens is when you work in a company, and if you have broken English, you cannot rise to the higher levels. And what is the use of the degree then, if you are not going to rise to the higher levels? Because when you go to the higher levels, English becomes very important. That's a very important communication language. In India, you can maybe speak in some language, but what happens in meetings and all, the primary language used in English. And when you come outside India, then naturally the English is the preferred language. So you cannot just ignore English. As I already told you in my earlier, talk about that. Then AutoCAD. AutoCAD is also very important. AutoCAD can teach you many things about design and all that. So AutoCAD I will prefer to be very high for mechanical engineers. Then Excel, PowerPoint, Word, and I'm not talking about just I can make tables, I can make small these things, not like that. I'm talking about certification courses. So in Excel, you need to go and take certification courses to the level of expert. Then only one can say Excel. Otherwise, just saying I know computer, I know Excel, and nobody will accept that. So PowerPoint, Word, especially Word and Excel, if you can take certification course, will be ideal. Then you can stand a chance to get the job, not based on your degree, but based on Excel, PowerPoint, Word alone. If you have certification course, that's how powerful it is. Then the knowledge of specification, since mechanical engineer is going to work in different kind of industry. The industry which you have made the choice, for example, let's say power industry, or let's say fabrication of engines, or fabrication of offshore structures, or fabrication of anything, components. You need to know the specification. If you're going for a job interview about a company which is making valves, then you need to know which specifications are applicable in valves, how the valves are made, and what is the valves in general, what is the market for the valves, who are the market valve manufacturers, what is the price of valve. Everything you should know about valves in that case if you're going for an interview. Then comes the knowledge of execution of projects and how the project execution works. So you should know that there is a project manager, they get bid for the project, and when they bid for the project, there is a pricing involved. So how the project is bid based on what the company is doing, and once the project is bid at the price, how the project is executed. So what is the organogram or organization? How does it look as the project manager? So you can see that there are various departments below the project manager, and who the project manager is reporting to. You must know this a little bit. Maybe if you give me comments, then I will make a separate video on project execution itself, because it's a very big area of understanding. Then comes the knowledge of execution of projects, as I said. Then the knowledge of ISO standards. So why ISO standard? For example, ISO 9001 describes you how the company works, or how the company, for example, any company. So how any company can work under the ISO 9001, what are the principles of ISO 9001, how the ISO 9001 actually works. So basically, understanding of 6 will improve your understanding of 5. So these are both interlinked. make it in a PowerPoint mode. Well, then comes the seventh one, the knowledge of tools of various kinds. For example, let's say I am going to give interview for a production engineer for a fabrication company. So I should know what tools are used usually in the production industry. Tools like grinding, cutting wheels, then lathe machines, the tools like CNC cutting machine, plasma cutting machine, tools like welding machines. So all these things I need to know about them. What kind of machines are used on the shop floor, basically, what kind of overhead crane is used, how the equipment is shifted, center of gravity, drawings, everything they need to know naturally. So it will be very important of understanding of tools of various kinds. So you should know what are the grinding discs available in the market. You should know that for stainless steel, there is a separate cutting disc. For carbon steel, there is separate, both cannot be mixed. All these nuances you need to know very well. The knowledge of nuts and bolts and various sizes. So you should know which spanner works for which bolts basically, and nuts. That is a very important knowledge. This knowledge, regardless of any industry that you are going mechanical, you need to know the nuts and bolt sizes. So the knowledge of weights, lifting mechanism, cranes, tonnage of crane, forklifts. So all this is also very, very important. What kind of forklifts are available in the market? What kind of cranes are available in the market? There is crawler crane. The cranes are on the wheel-based cranes. Then there is tower cranes. There are so many type of cranes there. So you need to know a very good understanding of that. Then the knowledge of CNC plasma cutting machines and their limitations, how much they can cut, what is the time required to cut. All this you need to know very well. So the knowledge of welding is since a very, very, very big, vast industry. You need to know not only the knowledge, but you should have the certification course level knowledge in that. So you can do CSWIP 3.1 or 3.2 or AWS D1. Sorry, AWS you can do certification course. Then that will teach you a lot about welding. Then ability to see data in every process like cutting, welding, weights, how much time does it take to do a task, how much time it should take, and how much this time is the same task takes if it is done in China, US, Europe, in India. This is a very observational kind of thing, and it's also if you are going to do study in some area, then you will obviously find out these details. So that you gain a knowledge that how we can do even better. So the 12th is very important ability, and the 13th one is, again I will tell you the 12th one, and you get experience or observation by Google search on such topics. It will be great, and it will be great understanding that how much I can do. Let's say I want to cut 6-inch pipe, and I have like 600 such pipes to be cut. Then how much I can cut in a day, how much I can cut in the night, what is the cutting speed of that machine, what is the maximum, what is the minimum, how much time does it take to load the machine, the pipe on the machine, and how China does that cutting, how the cutting happens in US. All this these days you are very fortunate that Google is available, YouTube is available. Before the 2010, nothing of this was available, and experience was only the top thing in this. So 14th is knowledge of economics of the whole job. And if you are going to apply for a job in mechanical sector, any sector, you need to know the economics of that particular sector. Let's say valve manufacturing, you need to know how the valve is manufactured and what is the cost, at what cost China is making, what cost we are making in India, what is the cost of valve manufacturer in that particular company. You can go to the website, you can go to the search, and you can get the knowledge of that. So because pricing and commercial aspect is very, very important, and it is always discussed in the interviews also. So you should know what is the cement price, what is the steel price, copper, aluminum. These are the important things which you should always track, and you should always remember the 10-year history. Then what is the price of hiring a crane? Let's say hiring of generator. You may require to hire these things in your company. What is the present rate going on? which company offers you best hiring price. You need to know just like this, they won't teach you these things in the degree college, but you need to know this when you're going for an interview. When you're a fresher, you need to always track these things so that you will gain the knowledge. And after 4 years, when you have all this knowledge, forget anybody, I will hire you. Just contact me and I can hire the fresher mechanical. With that, I will end this video, and I hope it will be a very good video for people who are fresher in mechanical, and also people who are in the industry working for a couple of years, or maybe for experienced candidates as well. Sometimes you can learn just by keeping an observation eye open and what's the discussion happening online. So thank you very much from QHSE Concepts Welding and NDT. I'll get back to you with another video. Hopefully, I'll make a video on project execution model. Thank you very much.